For part 2, we're going to have a couple more functions in here. I'm going to call it void keyboard open sketch. So Sketch is a program that takes screenshots and that you choose exactly what you want within the screen. Then we're going to have another one, swiping the mouse, where we want it to take the screenshot. So let's say for some routine task you have to take pictures of the screen. So this is going to use some keyboard input. It's going to use the mouse, swiping the mouse, and it's also going to have the enter key being pressed on the keyboard. So I'm going to have another one here for enter, keyboard, enter. Okay, so I'm going to make 3 functions for this, and for some reason, oh yeah, that green squiggly line just means that the functions are just prototypes and they don't have anything that defines them. So we got to do that now. Okay. So for this part, we got to think for a second. We need an input, or we need a few different inputs because we have different keys that we're going to press. So it's going to have 6 different inputs equals. Okay. So you got to do it like that. 0 memory. Now there's a couple things here that I've just kind of memorized. Hard to say, behind the scenes what's going on. And these are window, Microsoft libraries, so they're specific to their own operating system. Might be some knowledge in there that is pretty difficult to get a hold of. Okay, so we got the input keyboard, and then that's the type. The input keyboard is the type of input, and then after that we have the key that we want, WVK equals, and then VK underscore, this is going to be the Windows button, so LWIN, the left Windows button. Okay, now I'm going to do this for a couple different buttons. So for the inputs, 1, 2, 3, yeah. And for this one, it's going to be VK shift. And for this one, it's going to be VK key scan A, and then the character that we want, which is just S. Okay, so if you want a character, you can do this VK scan A and then the character. If you want to use shift, that's shift button, and this is the Windows button. And we have them one after the other. Oh, I forgot. So this is a different input, and this is a different input. We have one after another because we want to simulate pressing them all at the same time. But when you do that, then you need to release them. So we need new inputs for releasing all these buttons. And they're still going to be input keyboard. Let's release the S first. Go in reverse order. Inputs 3 dot ki dot WVK. And let's copy this again. Probably could have just copied that whole thing again. And the special thing about this is now inputs 3 ki dot dw flags equals key. It didn't automatically come. Event f key up. Okay, there. All right, so that represents changing the flag so that it's keying up instead of the other way around. Okay, now we need to do that again for the other two here. So we're going to do this one, and then the key up again, and this one is the last one to come up. Then we have to go through here and change all these again to different inputs. Things can get a little bit messed up if you have the same input for multiple things here. So if this was 2 and then this one was 2, things can get a little bit wacky. Certain keys are pressed down that should be up, and up that should be down. Yeah, and then your computer freaks out a bit until you press all the buttons and it kind of clears out. And all right, last thing here. This is just what I saw in the documentation, so I'm going to put it in here. This was on the Microsoft Windows website, and I'll put a link to it, I guess, or a couple links, just in case. It's good to know that this code is coming from not really me, but from Windows themselves, or well, Microsoft. Okay. If usent is not equal array size inputs, and then you can put an error message in here. I don't know if we really need to bother with that though. Let's see, usent. I feel like something's wrong though. It's giving me this weird thing here. Okay, everything looks okay now. So yeah, say error. And if you're interested about the references, this actually came from the Windows site. I think this is it. And that is the reference. It should be in the link below also. It shows you where some of these ideas are coming from, and allows you to look at the documentation yourself. So that'd be a good idea. All right, so that opens the sketch. I'm going to go on a little bit more, a little more in depth. What else did I say we'd do? A mouse swipe. So we're going to call it mouse swipe. Did I call that right? Yeah, it looks like I did it right. And I gave it 4 integers: int y0, int x, int y. Okay. And let's say set cursor position x and y not. So that will set where the cursor starts, if I spelled it right, which I didn't again. Okay. And then I'm just going to have a little sleep here, if I can spell anything right. Okay. And then mouse event, let's see, mouse event left down. Okay. Keep it simple. There we go. And that's the left mouse. Oh, wait. I didn't put my macros in there. So, we can do that in a moment. X, Y, and sleep. Let's call this 100. So we're setting the cursor position to a new spot, which is just X, Y, and I didn't put it. Okay, there we go. And then mouse event, we're gonna have it come up this time. So mouse up, and then 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Everything else is just simple. And then another sleep. Right. Let me see here. What are the values? Okay. So mouse up for the left mouse is actually just the number 4. This is actually just number 2. And that represents, 2 represents mouse down for the left. Say left, down. And you can create macros if you want for this. And then this is left up. Okay. And left mouse, that is. Okay, so that should be good for the mouse swipe. And then the last one is just pressing enter, which is a little simpler than the others. Let's see, keyboard. And I'm just going to write this a little bit differently than before, because this is how I was originally doing it. Let's see, before I had a good look at the documentation. But this also works, so I'll do it this way. And input dot type equals input keyboard input dot ki dot w or dw flags equals 0, and then send input 1 and input size of input, and then I put 0 memory. Not 0 memory, 0 memory. Okay. And then the key up dw flags equals key event f key up. Okay. Good. Everything looks right. Send that input 1 and input size of input. So that just means sending that length of input, which is input, something like that. Okay, sleep. All right, so yep, that's all I wanted there, and this should, yeah, it should figure itself out. Okay, so I'm adding this to the last program, but I kind of want to just focus on this part, so I'm gonna, comment the other way. Comment that out, and let's just have the new part here. So I'm going to open, keyboard, open Sketch, And then, well, eventually we're going to have keyboard enter too. Nope, not that one. Okay. Did I spell it wrong? No, that was right. Alright, and then we have this one. Mouse swipe. Actually, let's get rid of all that. And for this, what are we going to use? I'm just going to call it int x0, y0, x1, y1, and then let's see here. Oh, lowercase. I wanted them all uppercase. So I'll just put it here. X0, Y0, X1, Y1. And I did that wrong again. There. Okay. So that looks right. Except these need values. Let me see. My computer, the dimensions are about, it's close to the edge. 1920 is close to the other edge. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll just start at 10 so that, you know, it's not like right at the absolute corner. You can see a little bit of what's going on. All right, and yep, so that should show something new. Let's see what that does. I did not think about it needs to sleep for a second. Okay, so we're gonna add a little sleep in there, and here we go. Sleep. Okay. So now, yeah, kind of just sat there for a second, but this should actually work. Should show something. Okay, I see what I did. I did not put in long enough delay after opening this sketch program. So I was struggling to figure that out. But now everything works right. And that's how you open a program, and you know, you can do a little mouse swipe there. But well, actually, there's one more thing. So far, you just put it into the clipboard, so the picture is saved to the clipboard. That's not extremely helpful, especially if you need that picture for something. So to get it from the clipboard to a file, you can use a command to the shell. So this is going to call for PowerShell, and then format the clipboard for an image, and then save that to file path goes here with the pic.jpg. So right now it's going straight to the folder where the executable, where the program is being ran from. So save pic JPEG. All right, and image is not spelled that way. That's how image is spelled. Okay, so let me see, make sure that's right. And yeah, system is calling from the shell, so, or the command prompt. So now that should save the picture to as save underscore pic.jpg. Okay, so I'm just going to run that and let you see what's going on. Okay, you'll have to check yourself to make sure that that went through correctly.